Cool. Hey pretty people, it's Mickey, and today I'm gonna film a nail marbling tutorial, which is something I got really into a few years ago and haven't necessarily been doing a lot recently, so I am not an expert, but this is just kind of the basics, and then I'll link my favorite account below for more things like this, and then also thumbs up if you would like me to do more things like this. I was gonna do like a draw-on type nail art tutorial today, but my hands are a little bit shaky. That does not work if you're doing that. So this is a lot easier. So yeah, hope you enjoy. Okay, so first I have put 2 coats of the lightest color that I'm using, which is Did You Hear About Van Gogh by OPI. Focus. And it's this like taupe beige kind of color, and if it helps a lot if you oh sorry, my camera's shaking. Sorry if it does that throughout this. It's not in the most stable place. Okay, there we go. But it helps a lot if you put the lightest color, so the because if you have a darker color underneath, it'll show through the lighter color. If you have a coat on under it of like a neutral or the lightest color, it helps them. It helps the other colors show up a lot more. The next thing that I'm gonna do before I start the actual like water marbling is use tape to keep the nail polish off of my fingers, like around my nail. So I put the middle of the tape at the end of my finger, and I'm just wrapping it around the sides here, around the other side, and get it as close to the nail as possible so that you have to clean up less. And then take another piece and put it at the bottom of your nail, wrap it around like that. So yeah. And then I have a disposable cup because some nail polish gets around the water's edge on the cup, of bottled water at room temperature. It works better with filtered water, I guess, just because it doesn't have like other stuff in it. So remove these. So the colors that I'm using are Turquoise and Caicos by Essie, Enough is Enough by Essie, and then this same Did You Hear About Van Gogh by OPI. And it helps if they're like newer, because if they're gloopy, like I tried this one, which is I recommend normally, but since it's old, it doesn't spread in the water like you'll see these do, and so it helps if they're newer. And also not the fast drying ones, because you need it to not like dry it into a film for longer. So I'm taking 2 to 3 drops of the first color, and then if it doesn't spread out all the way, if you run whatever you're gonna use later around the edge of it, it helps it spread a little bit. And then the next one I'm using is this pink color, and that spreads pretty well. Accidentally used 3 drops, but that's okay. Probably it's better to use more drops in the this one won't open, in the larger rings, so that it's more opaque. Put 2 of this green one, and then back again with the beige. And I'm doing this kind of fast. I'm just gonna use one of that one, so that it doesn't dry. One of that. And then you can kind of tell when it's getting closer to the center. or when the bullseye rings are getting small enough. And then I'm gonna end with this beige color because it doesn't spread as much as the other ones. Okay, so now it got a little mixed up in here. That's okay. Okay, so I'm taking the middle of it and then dragging out to the side and putting it in the middle again. Dragging it out, and you can see it's kind of dried over there, so we won't be able to drag it as much where it is. And then across again, and across, and across. So I'll try to do another one where it's like anchored around, because that definitely helps, but it's not totally impossible if you don't want to start over again to do it while it's floating. And then I'm blowing on the polish so that it'll dry and it'll be easier to get this excess out. Okay, and then just push on it, get it around, and then slowly pull out, because that helps it a lot. And there's that. I hope that you could see that whole thing. Then how I remove the tape is I don't want to mess up this part right here, so I cut down the middle of the top with some scissors. And I can't get super close, but close enough to peel it off one side and then the other, and there's that. And then you can clean up around here, which I'll show you later. And then one other thing I didn't mention is I was using a bobby pin before, but you can also use toothpicks, or I don't know, they have special like orange sticks and stuff that you can use for this. But these are really nice because you can throw them away when you're done. And then another thing, you can dip 2 fingers at a time if you tape them and you have a big enough cup, but I just like to do one. Okay, so now I'm going to show you what I do to clean up around here, because the tape does not get all of it and it is kind of messy. So, and then also, I don't know why I didn't think of this before, but usually I will put a paper towel down here so it doesn't drip when I'm putting them across, and also I will wipe the toothpick or bobby pin or whatever I'm using off on the paper towel, but I just had cotton balls right here, so that's what I used. So I will also use paper towel to clean up, because cotton balls, as if you can see, they're like fibers. Cotton comes off of them, and I have already gotten it stuck to the wet nail polish, but combined with nail polish remover, which makes it wet again, it's just like a mess. So I put a little bit on this and then fold it like that, and go around the corner. And you can do this probably with cotton swabs, but again, the same thing with all the cottony hairs.
Alright, so that was my tutorial. I hope you enjoyed, and give this a big thumbs up if you did, and also subscribe down below for new videos every weekday. And I will post a picture of this on my Instagram. I'll leave a link to that below. Yeah, see you tomorrow. Bye. Hey party people, it is me. What's my name again? Okay.